Hi everyone, Vincenzo here with a new ukulele tutorial. This week, let's learn how to play Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix. You might be thinking, what? Jimi Hendrix on the ukulele? But let me tell you, it sounds great. Anyway, enough with the talking, let's get started. You start with this part that I would call the intro of the intro. It goes like this. So you play fret number 4 on the 3rd string. And then fret number 6 on the 2nd string and fret number 7 on the 1st string at the same time, like this. Again, you do this for a total of 4 times, but on the 3rd time, you bend and release fret number 6, like this. By the way, you keep pressing fret number 7. So we have bend and release, like this. If you can't do this, don't worry too much about it. Just avoid this little variation. So let's do the entire part. 3, 4, first time, second time, third time bending, fourth time. By the way, this is the famous Tritone Interval, also called the Devil Interval. Going back to this, for the right hand, I'm using the thumb for the 3rd string, the index for the 2nd string, and the middle finger for the 1st string. I will be doing this throughout the entire tutorial. However, I also like to play this part like this. Almost like strumming, but I'm muting the strings that I don't need. This is called left hand muting, by the way. Having said that, let's carry on. You have a slide from fret number 4 to fret number 11. This is a bit of an extreme, so if you prefer, you can slide from 9 to 11. Same thing. Then you have 10, 10, and 9, where you're gonna be adding a bit of vibrato. Remember, this is the movement for vibrato. Altogether, 3, 4. You carry on and you have a slide from 2 to 3 on the 2nd string. Then 2, 4, 2, hammer on 4. One more time. By the way, if you're not too sure about hammer-ons and slides, make sure to check out my video where I explain them. Let's put these two parts together now. 3, 4. By the way, this is a call and response structure. Call, response. You will see that this is used later as well. In fact, you move on and you have the same thing you played before, call. And for the response, you only change the last note. Instead of the hammer on between 2 and 4, you have a trill, which is this. Listen to it again slowly. Basically, hammer-ons and pull-offs repeated very quickly. To help you with the trill, make sure you hit the C string harder than you would normally do. And if you find it's difficult, don't worry too much about it. Just do the hammer-on like before. Let's put everything together. 3, 4. You carry on and you slide from 2 to 4. Then you play 3, 5, bending on 5, and then 3. On fret number 3, you add vibrato. Basically, for Purple Haze, every time you rest on a note, it's a good idea to add a bit of vibrato. One more time. We are on bar number 8, if you're following from the top. And now you have 3, 2, hammer on to 4, then 3 and 2 together, and you hammer on fret number 4, whilst keeping the 3rd fret pressed. One more time. Let's put these two parts together. You're almost at the end of the riff. Now you slide from 2 to 4, then you play fret number 3, then 5, then you bend on 5, then 3, hammer on to 5, then 3, 2. Again. We are at bar 10 now, and you have 5, hammer on to 7, then 5. then again 5, hammer on to 7, and then pull off back to 5, and then again 7. Let's do this again. Then you carry on and you have fret number 10 on the second and first string, and you slide up like this. More or less you stop at around the 3rd fret. I'm hitting the strings with the index and the middle finger, and I'm muting the other strings using the index of my left hand, but if you want you can just pluck them. You see, it still works. All together, 3, 4. This bar has a few technical challenges, so make sure to practice it a bit more. Let's put bar 9 and 10 together. 3, 4. Now let's play from the beginning at a slower pace, say 80 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me show you the main chords of the song. This is just to give you an idea. The rhythm on the track is quite complex, but I simplified it for you. So it goes like this: 3, 4. Let's break it down. I'm gonna keep using the tab, and by the way, that symbol, similar to an M, it's a downstroke, and the V, it's an upstroke. So you have E7 sharp 9, also known as the Hendrix chord. And it goes like this. Notice that I don't always play the full chord. Also, I'm using the ring finger to help me with the muted chord. You see? One more time. 3, 4. Again. Then you have G that goes like this. So up, up, down, down. And on the last down we do a pull off with our pinky from 3 to 2. By the way, I'm muting the 4th string with my thumb. One more time, 3 and 4 and. We repeat the same thing, 2 frets down, and the chord becomes A. Again. Let's put together both G and A. 3 and 4 and. One more time. 3 and 4 and. So now let's put the chord part together. 3, 4. This is played 4 times, and the 5th time you just play the E7 sharp 9 once with a downstroke. Let me play it for you. 3, 4, first time. Second time. Third time. Fourth time. Fifth time. Now that you know the riff and the chords, let's have a play along. By the way, the chords, they come straight after this. Like that. Having said that, get ready. You're about to start playing. Before this video ends, let me tell you a few extra things. First of all, this song is actually not that easy. There are a lot of techniques involved, but it's a great one to challenge yourself. Of course, make sure to practice this with a metronome and with a backing track. One more thing, don't worry too much about playing this exactly the same as I did in the tutorial. It's more important to capture the vibe of the song. I mean, if you listen to Jimi Hendrix playing this live, he never played it exactly the same. Also, the arrangement is really similar to the original one, but it's not 100% the same. By the way, for the tutorial, I played this with a clean sound, but I like to add distortion when I play Purple Haze. Have a look at my cover if you want to listen to it with distortion. On my Patreon page, you can find the tab and the backing tracks that you need for practicing this. You have 3 backing tracks, one at the original tempo, one slower and one even slower. You also have the tab with or without musical notation, whichever one you prefer. On top of that, you have 2 MP3s. One where I play Purple Haze with distortion and one where I play Purple Haze with a clean sound. Don't forget that if you learned something from this video and you want to say thank you, you can buy me a coffee, link in the description. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments if you would like another Jimi Hendrix tutorial. By the way, if you want to take your playing to the next level, make sure to check out my new live group course that is starting very soon, link in the description. And of course, if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my new tutorials. Having said that, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next week. Ciao!